But even if you aren't familiar with the characters, you're certainly going to see a few familiar faces bringing them to life. Here's why the cast of Shazam looks so familiar. Oh, and just in case you haven't seen the movie yet, spoilers ahead. Seeing as he's playing the supersized version of young Billy Batson, otherwise known as Shazam, Zachary Levi is essentially the face of the film, and probably the most recognizable face all around.
I'd like to purchase some of your finest beer, please.
With any luck, Shazam will give the supremely talented Levi that final push onto the Hollywood A-list. Wondering where you've seen him before? Well, Shazam is hardly Levi's first superhero flick. The actor last suited up for cosmic action as Fandral alongside his fellow Warriors 3 in Thor: The Dark World and Thor: Ragnarok. It's far more likely that you'll recognize Levi from his extensive work on the small screen. Most recently, he appeared in the short-lived series Heroes Reborn and starred in the cheeky NBC sitcom Telenovela. He's also impressed with a serious turn in Netflix's marvelous dramatic miniseries Alias Grace. Of course, Levi is probably best known for his work on NBC's awesome, oft-overlooked action dramedy Chuck. The actor brought some serious geek energy to his charming portrayal of a directionless postgrad who inadvertently downloads a secretive government computer program into his brain. And yes, it's every bit as fun as it looks. Shazam could also prove the first big break for the actor portraying Billy Batson, the pint-sized version of Levi's superhero.
Wait, for real? Say okay!
We're guessing that most of you don't know who Asher Angel is because he's just getting started in showbiz. Some of you may recognize the youngster from his one-off role in the short-lived spin-off series Criminal Minds Beyond Borders. A few of you might also have seen Angel as the second lead in the 2018 ballet drama Driven to Dance. If not, those of you with the Disney Channel might just recognize Angel as the conspicuously kind-hearted Jonah Beck from the family-friendly comedy Andy Mack. Whether you're familiar with Angel's work yet or not, we're fairly confident you'll be seeing his face a lot moving forward, possibly even in a Shazam sequel. The actor playing his precocious, crutch-bound best pal Freddie Freeman has been on the Hollywood radar for a few years now.
Dude, just messing around. You look at me and you're like, why so dark? You're a disabled foster kid. You've got it all.
His name is Jack Dylan Grazer, and he got his first taste of stardom with a brief appearance in 2015's chilling horror anthology Tales of Halloween. He followed that family-friendly outing with a starring role in the TV series Me, Myself, and I, a comedy exploring key moments in a man's life over 3 distinct time periods, with Grazer portraying the youngest version of the protagonist. The up-and-coming actor went from relative unknown to impressive newcomer when he joined the Losers Club as the nervous, overprotected Eddie Kazbrak in the brilliant adaptation of Stephen King's It, a role Grazer is set to reprise in 2019's hotly anticipated sequel. In between those horrifying blockbusters, Grazer also booked the prime gig of playing the adolescent version of Timothée Chalamet's character in the indie hit Beautiful Boy. Grace Fulton is likely to be familiar to quite a few viewers. Fulton portrays Billy and Freddie's foster sister Mary Bromfield in Shazam, and much like her co-star Jack Dylan Grazer in It, Fulton has likewise played the younger version of a character in a film. In fact, one of Fulton's biggest early roles came as the adolescent version of ill-fated Hollywood starlet Natalie Wood in the 2004 TV movie The Mystery of Natalie Wood. She followed that role with a recurring gig as the younger version of Jennifer Love Hewitt's Melinda Gordon in The Ghost Whisperer. Later, she booked a multi-episode gig as the teenage counterpart to Madeline Stowe's matriarch on ABC's Revenge. Of course, most viewers will recognize Fulton as one of the eldest of the tormented orphans in 2017's chilling addition to the Conjuring universe, Annabelle Creation. Shazam finds Djimon Hounsou playing an ancient wizard who gives Billy Batson the power to transform into Shazam. Hounsou spent the early years of his career as a fashion model and backup dancer in music videos for Tina Turner and Janet Jackson, among many others. Steven Spielberg used his own wizardry to pull a heart-rending breakout performance from the model-turned-actor in 1997's Amistad. The film made an overnight star out of Hounsou, who has gone on to appear in dozens of films, including memorable turns in Ridley Scott's Gladiator, the heart-rending 2002 drama In America, and the fast-paced 2015 action film Furious 7, even earning a few Oscar nominations in the process. If you're wondering where you've seen Hounsou recently, it was likely in the MCU, where the actor portrayed the Kree warrior Korath in both Guardians of the Galaxy and Captain Marvel. Speaking of Shazam actors who have superhero experience, let's not forget about the great Mark Strong. The iron-jawed actor plays the nefarious Dr. Thaddeus Savannah in this latest DC flick, but Shazam is far from Strong's first turn as a super baddie. He actually played another DC villain almost a decade ago in that oh-so-forgettable Ryan Reynolds starring Green Lantern. Of course, Strong may just have a face for villainy because he broke bad again as the vile Frank D'Amico in 2010's Kick-Ass. Strong also played memorable villains in the big screen adaptation of Neil Gaiman's Stardust. And try not to forget the 2009 Robert Downey Jr. starring Sherlock Holmes, where he played the evil Lord Blackwood. Did you happen to catch his performance in Ridley Scott's Robin Hood, where he played Godfrey? Rest assured, the role of the bad guy in Shazam is in the hands of an extremely good actor. He's also starred in the Kingsman movies, the 2008 thriller Body of Lies, Zero Dark 30, and countless other films. The actor playing the adult version of Freddie Freeman will likely need no introduction. Adam Brody did, after all, get his first big break with a multi-episode stint as would-be rocker Dave in Gilmore Girls. His follow-up role as the ever-nerdy Seth Cohen on The OC helped the young actor achieve full-on teen heartthrob status.
I'm sorry if I'm the only one here that'll state the obvious,
Seth.
but we have all this extra room, right? We have a pool house.
Brody has also made scene-stealing appearances in movies like the 2014 coming-of-age drama Growing Up and Other Lies, Wes Craven's meta-horror sequel Scream 4, and Whit Stillman's Damsels in Distress. Dyed-in-the-wool horror fans will most likely recognize Brody for his disturbing and hilarious turn as an indie rocker with some serious ulterior motives in the bloody Diablo Cody satire Jennifer's Body. Freddie Freeman isn't the only one of Shazam's pint-sized pals to get a superhero alter ego in the movie. In fact, most of Billy's foster fam earned spots in the superpowered Shazam family. The inimitable Megan Good scored the role of the adult Darla Dudley, who undergoes a truly radical transformation throughout the course of the film. If you're wondering where you've seen her before, take your pick, because she's been cranking out movies on the regular since breaking into show business in the mid-90s. Of her work in that bygone decade, most will recognize Good as the confused big sis in the coming-of-age drama Eve's Bayou. In the years since, Good has racked up memorable roles in TV shows like Californication and the sadly short-lived Minority Report series. She's also nursed a booming big-screen career that's seen her appear in films like Anchorman 2: The Legend Continues and the entirely unfortunate 2008 comedy The Love Guru.
And now, I'd like to show my love by making for you a Quebec pizza.
What's that?
Pop-Tart with the ketchup.
And don't forget her blood-curdling work in the horrific and outright horrible Saw 5. Here's hoping Shazam helps make a household name of Good. Of the actors playing adult superpowered versions of younger characters in Shazam, Michelle Borth isn't one of the better-known names. Still, that doesn't mean you won't recognize the face of the future Mary Marvel, or Lady Shazam, or just plain old Mary, aka Mary Bromfield. Though Borth has yet to find a legitimate breakthrough role in Hollywood, she's been in the game for a couple of decades now. Hawkeye viewers might recognize Borth for a one-off appearance as Dean's significant other in a trippy episode of Supernatural. Or perhaps you caught her in HBO's relationship drama Tell Me You Love Me. Odds are most of you know Borth from her 60-episode run as Catherine Rollins on Hawaii Five-0. And if you don't know Michelle Borth from any of those projects, now's as good a time as any to learn her name, because you'll be hearing it for years to come. Just a few years ago, most viewers would not have been able to pick actor Ross Butler out of a lineup, even if his 6'2" frame unquestionably set him apart from most of his peers. While viewers may still not have Butler's name memorized, it's a safe bet they'll recognize his face from one of several notable small-screen appearances over the past few years. The actor first started turning heads in 2015 when he appeared in Disney Channel's action comedy Casey Undercover. That same year, Butler booked one of his highest-profile gigs when he claimed the role of tough guy jock Reggie Mantle in the CW surprise hit Riverdale. With an obvious penchant for teen drama, Butler again played a tough guy jock with a conscience in Netflix's teen suicide drama 13 Reasons Why. Though he's yet to find his breakout role, Ross Butler is very much a star on the rise, and there's little doubt that his work as the superpowered adult version of Eugene Choi will set his star a little bit higher. The actor playing the father of Shazam baddie Dr. Savannah will need no introduction to fans of the superhero genre, the DC universe in particular. The actor's name is John Glover, known for his giddily wicked work as Lionel Luthor on the long-running Superman in high school drama Smallville. In addition to his work as the Riddler in Batman the Animated Series, fans of The Dark Knight should also recall Glover's face for his appearance as the mad scientist Dr. Jason Woodrue in 1997's Batman and Robin. Love it or hate it, Glover's maniacally over-the-top performance was unquestionably one of the best parts of Joel Schumacher's controversial farce. If you managed to miss Glover in those superpowered flicks, you'll probably still recognize his face. He's a beloved character actor who's been working steadily in show business since the 70s. Among Glover's more memorable roles are appearances in the Oscar-winning dramedy Annie Hall.
You know how I'd like to die?
No, how?
I'd like to get torn apart by wild animals.
And let's not forget his stupendously scene-stealing work opposite Bill Murray in 1988's Scrooged. Oh, and then there was his equally delicious role in the 1990 sci-fi sequel RoboCop 2.
Magnavolt, the final word in auto security.
That's to say nothing of his memorably hilarious turn as the head of the Clamp cable network in the cult classic Gremlins 2: The New Batch. There's plenty of other roles worth mentioning, like his part in John Carpenter's unheralded masterpiece In the Mouth of Madness. All we really want to say about John Glover is that he's one of those actors who makes us smile the second he turns up on the screen. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite films are coming soon.